Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the lesson 4 from your reader textbook. Okay, as we have completed our pre-made portion, so now I'm going to start the next chapter from your reader textbook. So your next lesson, that is lesson number 4, it's the school poem. It's a very interesting poem. Okay, and it is written by the William Blake. You can see here it is written by the William Blake, and it's a very interesting poem. As you can see the topic also, the schoolboy, isn't? So here this poet, the William Blake, he is just describing the situation, the condition of this schoolboy, that what he feels about the school. Okay, so now first of all, just go through the poem. I love to rise in a summer morn when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! But to go to school in a summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shower. Okay? Now, let's understand the meaning of the poem, that what the poet wants to convey through this poem. Today only this half poem I have taken, means these 3 stanzas, okay, and these 3 we are going to do tomorrow. So now let's see that what the poet is saying in these stanzas. Just see here. I love to rise in a summer morn. What this boy is saying, that he loves to rise, he loves to wake up in the summer morning when the birds sing on every tree. When the birds start singing on every tree, the distant huntsman winds his horn. So what this boy is saying, that he loves to wake up in the summer morning when the birds, they start chirping, they start singing, and from the distant place the horns of the hunters start blowing. Okay, the horns of the hunters, it start blowing, and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company! So this boy, he just enjoy the company of these things. The singing of the skylark, the huntsman winds when the hunters blow their horns, and the singing of the birds. So he used to just enjoy all these things. He love all these things. But only one thing he don't like, that is to go to school in the summer morning. So now let us see. So in this first stanza, what the poet has described, the poet has described that what are the things that this child, he loves to do in the summer morning. So what are the things that this boy loves to do in the summer morning? He loves to wake up in the summer morning, then he enjoy the singing of the birds and the horns which are blowing from the hunters from the distant place, they used to hear that, and the skylark singing of the skylark, it's a kind of a bird. Now see what he dislike. Okay, but to go to school in the summer morn, oh, it drives all joy away. What this boy is saying, he is saying that but to go to a school in the summer morn. Here this word morn, it has been used actually for the morning. Okay, here also and here also this morn means that is a morning. But to go to school in a summer morn, he don't like. Only with the name of this school, his all pleasure and all happiness, all his joys, it just go away. Oh, it drives all joy away. As you can see, is it that he is saying that at the name only, just to go to school, his all joy, it used to went away. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day in sighing and dismay. In sighing and dismay. Now, under a cruel eye outworn. Here, this under a cruel eye outworn, this has been used for the teachers or for the principals or for any authority from to whom the children or the students they used to fear. Okay, so what this boy is saying, that under a cruel outworn, the little ones spend the day, and unfortunately they have to spend the day in a school under the teachers or the principals or the any managing authorities. Okay, so in sighing and dismay, here what's the meaning of the sighing? Sighing means emit a long deep audible breath expressing the sadness or the tiredness. No need to write these meanings in your word meaning, okay? Just for to make you people clear, I have written here. So in sighing and dismay, emit, what's the meaning of the sighing? Emit a long, deep and the audible breath. Audible means a little bit audible. Audible breath expressing sadness or the tiredness. What happened when you feel tired? You take a long deep breath now. That is called as a sighing and the dismay. And what's the meaning of dismay? Dismay means that is distress. Means extremely anxiety or extremely in sorrow or extremely in pain. Okay, so while being in the state of extremely anxiety, sorrow or the pain, he used to take a long deep breath, and which is expressing this child's tiredness or the helplessness. Okay, that he don't want to go to school, he don't want to listen to the teachers, he don't want to learn anything in the school. Okay, that's why he is saying that under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend the day. That under the teachers, principal or the managing authorities, he had to spend his day. Means he had to sit properly, or he has to behave properly according to them. So he don't like all these things, because he like what he like all these things, to wake up in the summer morning, the birds singing, and in listening the hunters when they are blowing their horns. Okay, so all these things he used to enjoy, but he don't like all these things, to go to school and spend the day there. Then at times I drooping sit and spend many and anxious hours, nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with the dreary shower. Now you can see here that then at times I drooping sit. Drooping means bending. Then at times I drooping sit. Sometimes he used to say drooping in a bending manner, as you all also do know, and spend many and anxious hours, and he had to spend his anxious hours in the school. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's bower, worn through with a dreary shore. Actually here bower, this word has been used for the school. So according to this child, he wants that not he wants. In fact, the poet is conveying the message through this poem, and through this the school going boy, that he says that if the studies it's going to be in the school, then how it is going to be interesting under the four walls, isn't? This is the mentality of this child, that what he thinks. So he says that if the classes are going to be under the four walls, then how could it be going to be interesting, isn't? And if the same thing is going to be in the open nature, in the open, then it's going to be interesting one. Overall, he wants to say that only the traditional things he don't want to do. Okay, he want to do something new. He wants to do the learning in a enjoying manner. So that's why he is saying that how could he take the interest in his books, how could he take the delight in that, only by sitting and learning. So that's why he has said this word bore. He has this word has been used for the school, that how could be it's going to be interesting, where under the four walls, where he was not allowed to move from his seat, to move anywhere, where he have to sit in a disciplined way. Okay, so he says that how he could take delight in these things. So just once again you have to go through this poem. Okay, and the next 3 stanzas I'll explain you tomorrow. So thank you and have a good day.